Hi, I'm C.H. McClelland, pastor of Holy Cathedral Church of God in Christ, and also jurisdiction prelate for Wisconsin, Northwest jurisdiction. I am thankful for this opportunity just to speak to you about my candidacy for the General Board for the Church of God in Christ. A second-generation member of the Church of God in Christ, saved for 47 years, married for 42, preaching for 41 years, pastoring for 34 years, and now serving as bishop for 8 years. It's been a wonderful experience serving God and His great church, and of course His people. And I have been very active in ministry from the time the Lord saved me. My mother taught me to love the Lord, to love His church. So from my very beginning of coming to know Christ as a teenager, my involvement in the local church ran a number of different positions, but ultimately the Lord brought me into the ministry of the gospel and preaching there at that local church. I eventually was blessed to be appointed as pastor of a church, and those experiences have brought me into broader areas, even serving in the jurisdiction as initially the executive secretary for the bishop, and then from there I became an administrative assistant to the bishop that came after my spiritual father, who was my pastor and bishop. That experience also brought me into areas of a district superintendent for 8 years. Those years were real training experiences for me in the Church of God in Christ at every level. And since I've been involved in the church, I have come to serve even at the national level as an appointed vice chairman of the General Council of Pastors and Elders. Those 8 years were a real growing and learning experience for me in serving pastors, working along with the chairman then, Chairman Derek Hutchins, traveling across this country, dealing with issues and challenges even at the national level. But what it did do, it helped me to understand the infrastructure and the inner workings of the Church of God in Christ. I am very blessed to serve this jurisdiction as a bishop with about 46 churches, and the experience of bringing in the programs from group life insurance for pastors, and an annual scholarship where we've given over $40,000 plus in scholarships to deserving young people. But we've also given birth to a number of initiatives. Our own Bible college. We now also involve families in health initiatives and family initiatives where we open clinics, and persons who are in need of various medications from diabetes to hypertension have been able to access those services at no cost to them. At the local level, we gave birth to a ministry called Word of Hope 20 years ago. We began with a zero budget and 35 volunteers. We have seen our budget go from no dollars and cents to well over $13 million in that time period. But what we've done, we feel very good about, because from employment, job training services, where over the last 20 years, we've placed 3,000 plus people on jobs. The good thing to know is that most of these jobs are beyond minimum wages. Some of them are in trades and skills. But we've also been privileged to provide what we call a reentry program for persons coming out of prison. And of course, in Wisconsin, we have a very high rate of prison incarceration. But when they come out of prison, if they do not get appropriate services, history shows that in less than 3 years, they're back in prison. But we provide the kind of services from intensive case management to mentoring and all other kinds of services, getting their high school diploma, to help them get on a career path that keeps them out of harm's way and make them productive citizens, not only of the community, but even responsible parents to their children. We've also been privileged to see those persons who needed various health services, social services. Before the urban initiative was birthed by our presiding bishop, we were already up and running in Word of Hope, doing what we do. I'm grateful to be a part of the urban initiative along with working with Bishop Bass. But I want to say that our church at a local level has become a model for other ministries who have taken on a version of doing what we call family resource centers. That's from the local level and from the jurisdiction. But from the national level, I see the Church of God in Christ having an even greater future. I have been through enough experiences to make the statement that I believe I offer proven leadership for trying times. The history of our great church, the future of our great church is in fact tied to its legacy. that we are indeed a Holiness Pentecostal church, and that we can never go away from that regardless of how many successes we have. We need to know that the source of our success is our commitment to God in a lifestyle of holiness and sanctification. At the level of serving on the general board, I believe that I bring to the table proven leadership for trying times. When the ship is sailing through dangerous waters, it needs persons not just of charisma, but of character and of competence. It's wonderful to be gifted, but it's even greater to be godly. And in what we face in our world and even our church, we need continued leadership that embrace character, competence, and godliness. And I believe that what I bring and what I have brought to the church at the local, at the jurisdictional, at the national level has only made it better. I believe that my involvement on the general board will only make it better, because I believe I bring proven leadership for these trying times. And your support will help me to get there, and I promise you that my commitment to Christ and His church will be a commitment to His people, serving His people, not getting to a place where I am untouchable or cannot relate to any member of the Church of God in Christ. I believe that my being on that general board will make that happen even more so. Thank you for allowing me to share with you much of what we've done in the ministry and our years in the Church of God in Christ. Through all the experiences, we believe again that God has brought us to a place of proven leadership for trying times. Thank you for your prayers, as we will certainly be praying for you. Until then, be blessed.